both of you, without Zandu, without Boro Plus, without Navratna, what is going on in your mind to start something?
Our family is huge. And Mohan's younger brother Manish and myself, suddenly we were kicked out of Emami.
1974 में आप आपके दोस्त के साथ बैठ के बात कर रहे थे कि एक नया धंधा शुरू करना है. Tell me some of the secrets at that point in time you discussed.
हम दोनों स्कूल में और कॉलेज में साथ में पढ़ते थे और स्कूलिंग कंप्लीट करने के बाद और कॉलेज कंप्लीट करने के बाद
50 years you actually hustled and next gen is actually taking over the battle. Message क्या है उनके लिए and people in the room? So, I must tell you this, it's such an honor for me and a privilege to actually do the moderating session today. I actually grew up either watching the ads, which is the most creative when it comes to Emami, or I've actually consumed your products, sitting out of different locations in India. And today to sit in front of you, before you, and talk about your brand and just to do the moderating session, it feels so proudest moment for me. I'm going to make this session a little more episodic, okay? So the reason is, there are so many facets of Emami, and I just want to actually give a title to this, each of these blocks, and I would request if you can just take us through the journey in each of these blocks. Sir, before the company became what it is today, sir, मैं थोड़ा 1974 जाना चाहता हूँ, sir. Okay, जब आप दो दोस्त साथ में आए हैं. So let's call this episode the origin, two friends and a city. वहाँ से शुरू हुआ था, sir. I just wanted to know if you went back and just that day, where in the first room where you sat, both of you, without Zandu, without Boro Plus, without Navratna, what was going on in your mind to start something, and did you ever visualize the business could be such a large FMCG in the country? What do you say?
perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
Because at the time,
Sir,
when we started business, we started business with a very small capital. That is only 20,000 rupees. And I never expected that this business will grow to this high. Now the present market valuation is more than 30,000 crore.
Correct.
So this was beyond our expectation. I am a great believer in God. So whatever has been done, I believe it's the mercy of God.
Fantastic. But एक ऐसा चीज बताइए सर, there is no camera, आप कुछ भी बोल सकते हो. 1974 में आप आपके दोस्त के साथ बैठ के बात कर रहे थे कि एक नया धंधा शुरू करना है. Tell me some of the secrets at that point in time you discussed. Something would have happened between both of you to eventually become this, right? So, I was just trying to figure out what is the conversation that both of you are having.
Actually, business करने का हम लोगों ने संकल्प इसीलिए लिया. हम दोनों स्कूल में और कॉलेज में साथ में पढ़ते थे. और स्कूलिंग कंप्लीट करने के बाद और कॉलेज कंप्लीट करने के बाद हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया हाउ वी कैन मीट टू डेली. और उसी से हमने बिज़नेस स्टार्ट करने की मनसा हुई और हमने बिज़नेस स्टार्ट किया. और अल्टीमेटली द बिज़नेस बहुत अच्छा चलने लग गया. वी बोथ वर वर्किंग इन बिरला ब्रदर्स.
Yes, of course.
सो जब सब ठीक हो गया तो हम लोगों ने सोचा व्हाई नॉट टू लीव द सर्विस, देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन कंटिन्यूइंग. एंड गॉड वाज वेरी काइंड एनफ.
But for all of us, sir, it is we also had few friends come together to actually start the business. But you are an inspiration for us to actually start as a friend, but stay as a friend and live as friend and make that friendship as a family and continue to live that life. It is such a, it gives you a sense of actualization. It gives you a sense of fulfillment in life. I'm sure you are experiencing that. I'm just talking on your behalf, but मुझे तो इतना excitement आ रही है इसके ऊपर.
Actually, I don't feel in taking credit of the success. It is God who has given this much business and this height. So it's not me who has done anything.
Sure. So let's keep this little fun time as well. So Aditya, to you. essentially the sound of the brand. You know, when I was, like I said, you know, I grew up watching the ads and all of this, right? So, Thanda Thanda Cool Cool is something that, you know, we all grew up, I'm sure everybody knows about it, you know, Emami brand. You had Amitabh Bachchan, you had Shah Rukh Khan, you had Govinda, all of them actually dancing to the tune of Thanda Thanda Cool Cool, right? So, what's the secret to keeping the brand that old, but feeling so fresh here?
सबसे पहले आप सभी को इमामी परिवार का राम राम। देखिए, this was a leap of faith I can say, because ये कैटेगरी बहुत बड़ी नहीं थी। When Emami entered into it, it was a very small category, and many of the industry people were wondering why Emami is entering into it. But पापा गोइंका अंकल दोनों को ये लगा कि जो कैटेगरी बड़ी नहीं है उसको कैसे बड़ी की जाए, उसके बारे में सोचे rather than किसी बड़ी कैटेगरी से छोटा शेयर ले। तो not only Amitabh Bachchan, Govinda and Shah Rukh, you will be surprised to know that at the same point of time, Tamil Nadu में Surya, then Andhra में चिरंजीवी,
Wow.
and कर्नाटका में मोहन बाबू, क्या नाम था? वो वहाँ के भी एक बहुत फेमस एक्टर उस समय के। तो इस तरह से एक साथ सब जगह मार्केट शेयर माने मार्केट बनाने के लिए, साउथ में कैटेगरी था ही नहीं, तो लगा कि अगर नॉर्थ में ये प्रोडक्ट बिक सकता है तो साउथ में भी गर्मी पड़ती है, साउथ में आयुर्वेद का चलन है, सो व्हाई नॉट इन साउथ। एंड देन मेनी न्यू थिंग्स वर डन, वी केम आउट विद अ 1 rupee sachet, and still we continue to do and do new things and make it fresh, as you said. Varun Dhawan, etc. कोई भी नए stars जो आते हैं,
You always give on a fresh feeling to it.
yes, and most importantly the product. ये सब तो ठीक है, चलता रहेगा, कोई भी कर सकता है. The product is the core. So the product जो भी यूज़ करते हैं उनको एक तरह से इसकी आदत लग जाती है। ऐसा माना जाता है कि कुछ लोग इसको छुप के यूज़ करते हैं और क्योंकि वो इसमें एक सुगंध है जो शायद सबको नहीं दिखाना चाहते कि मैंने नवरत्न यूज़ किया है, लेकिन वी टेक प्राइड इन इट and India takes pride in it. It is exported to more than 50 countries.
Wow.
And it's done so good for Emami.
Yeah, it is indeed. Sir, आपके लिए, Mr. Mohan, the question for you is largely on the Zandu Balm, and it's an Ayurvedic brand, and it has taken the whole India by storm, and the brand has also grown very big. But I want to talk about the interesting side of Zandu Balm, because everybody has used it, everybody knows what Zandu Balm is all about. But ये जो बॉलीवुड का कनेक्शन है तो Zandu Balm के साथ, उसके बारे में बात है। So दो चीज़ें हैं, एक तो somebody unauthorized use of your brand name, I want to know about it, and second is what happened after that. You've taken that, leveraged it, and taken to the next level. So if you can give us some insights of this fun insights, it'll be great.
Yeah, so this is very, very interesting because we bought the brand in 2008.
Correct.
We bought Zandu in 2008. And I was looking after the balm portfolio. So I got a paper from our agency in Bombay. And imagine in those times, Zandu balm was selling to mostly in the south to elderly women and also in the west. So primarily the markets were, very traditional, very concentrated rural belts. And I got this, that we want to do this campaign, we want to do this song. And the words were in 2010, मुन्नी बदनाम हुई, मैं झंडू बाम हुई, डार्लिंग तेरे लिए.
Yes.
And I just fall off the chair. I said, how can somebody think that, these lines, just imagine
The creative side
the
of the
creative
head,
side of it. No, and I was the brand, director. I said, no way. What will people think? Darling in those days, advertising, that too with Zandu Balm, was just, I could not even imagine. So we said, no way you are going to do this, to the creative guy Arbaz Khan who was doing this film, and he did it. So without our consent, we wanted to change certain lines. We just wanted him to drop darling and all those words. But he said no, we will just go ahead and do it. But I think people loved it, people liked it, it was appreciated all over, so we went ahead and signed, Malaika and did the advertising. Then of course Zandu Balm is what Zandu Balm is today. Yeah.
Okay, they did take your permission before they used the brand Zandu. No, they first did it and then...
No, so it came, we did not approve the lines that they wanted to do. Yeah, so we said no way you are associating darling, Malaika, and they wanted to do all these steps, So I said, there's
we
no
don't mind
way.
watching you do it, by the way.
No, I can't do what Malaika did, but I'm saying there's no way we approved it. But yeah.
So, sir, आपके लिए, so many years ago, and Aditya, you can also answer this. Yeah, ये जो Emami is known for the brand Navratna, Boro Plus, all of that. But quietly you are building a second Emami within Emami, which turned out to be today, I think, the Agrotech business is about 20,000 crores, right? So how did all this happen? You build multiple business within businesses, and many of these conversations happen even with the Jupiter, right? So you start owning so many brands within brands, and it's become such a large FMCG conglomerate today. So, how did all this thoughts come in your head to move into Agrotech? Aditya, for you.
So, our family is huge. And Mohan's younger brother Manish and myself, suddenly we were kicked out of Emami.
Kicked out of Emami?
Yeah. One day we were told that, बहुत जन है यहाँ पे, तुम लोग नया काम शुरू करो. So, we started. We didn't know what we are doing. So, but it happened, and I must tell you that it's a wonderful journey we had. It started in 2008. Today, in 2026, it's a 20,000 crore turnover company. With we are the second largest edible oil players in the country now, with around 70% of it selling in in a packed form. So, our strength is understanding of people, and this understanding of people gives us the confidence of trying to build a brand again and again, and do things which normally a Marwadi businessman does not believe in doing, spending on brands. They normally believe in, I'm sorry to use this Marwadi businessman, it could be true for many other things, but largely, we have always, most of the businessmen, they have always believed in building assets. But Papa, Goenka uncle, they have, from the very beginning, they believed in building brands. So that came into us, and now it is not only a edible oil brand. We have very recently launched staples, the atta, maida, suji, spices, and we are sure that in the coming 3 to 5 years, this company will be more than around 40,000 crore brand.
Huge.
And only in 2 brands we have been able to do this. So it's all the learnings which we have taken and the grace of God.
But all the best for that 40,000 crores, Aditya, and I'm sure you'll make it happen, and there is a lot of history behind this. Sir, aapse ek baat... Yeah, anybody wants to add? But my most interesting conversation, one was obviously the Zandu, and second one, the Kesh King acquisition that you did, sir. In fact, when you acquire the company, the stock fell big time, right? And then you build on from there, and today that's also a biggest contributor. You can now take this question, and sir.
So Kesh King, we acquired in 2015.
Hanji.
Hardly people knew at that point of time even the brand.
Yes.
And in 2015, we acquired it for almost 1,600 crores. So it was like, again, we were in the news.
It's a big event, even for you to actually dream about buying an asset.
It was a big acquisition for Emami at that point of time. That brand which is unknown, outside of UP and Bihar, it used to sell in some pockets. But we wanted to get into hair care. I think it has done wonderfully well. The brand is large, and we are very happy. We are launching a lot of new products under Kesh. So Emami has been almost, we acquired Zandu, we acquired Kesh, we acquired some of the other brands.
You are a house of brands today.
Yeah. So like Aditya said, hardly people know that we spend almost 1,000 crore rupees on advertising every year.
Yes, it is.
From
we
company based out of Calcutta. You know, in those days,
yes.
At one point of time, we had almost 20 to 22 celebrities, you know, advertising Emami brands.
Wow.
So, you know, that's what
and you also had the
proud.
courage to change brands, yeah. I've seen your fair and handsome has become smart and handsome. How did that transition happen? And I think that's your brainchild.
Yeah, yeah.
Mohan ji ka.
Yeah, yeah. So this was also very interesting. In 2001, I was in a South Market. You know, I was in a retail outlet and I saw a boy buying Fair and Lovely. So I asked the shopkeeper why a boy, young boy, is buying Fair and Lovely. He said he sells more to men, boys, than to, you know, girls or women. I was shocked, and then I went deeper and deeper, and I did a lot of research. And I found at that point of time almost 30 to 35% of the usage of Fair and Lovely was women. And then where there was no men's grooming, so I came up with this idea. I got it approved with, of course, Agarwal ji, Goenka ji, that I want to launch, you know, men's fairness cream. So, and they, of course, gave their blessings, and it was a household name. So, very interesting, and it's a big, big brand. We were covered in Time magazine, you know, at that point of time. So it's
fantastic. What a journey. Yeah. Sir, one final close, last episode for this conversation, but आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ. आपने इतने अच्छे house of brands create किए हैं. You actually set inspiration for next gen to take over, and both friends actually handing over the reins to Baton to next gen. They've already been in the business and significantly done well, right? So they also create so many brands within the Emami. You know, the question that I asked to many of our panelists today is something that I'm going to repeat. आपसे, you know, inspired. Okay, मैं यही पूछूंगा. From 74 to now, you celebrated 50 years plus, and huge congratulations to you and the family. But आपको कुछ message देना हो. 50 years you actually hustled, and next gen is actually taking over the baton. Message क्या है उनके लिए and people in the room?
जिस वैल्यूज पे हमने इमामी क्रिएट की वो वैल्यू कभी भी नहीं चेंज होनी चाहिए.
And what is this value?
वैल्यू है ऑनेस्टी and sincerity and commitment to the consumers. Whatever you commit and whatever you say to the consumer, you must fulfill that. And consumer must get full value of the money. Once you maintain, I don't think you'll have to see back.
Okay. And that is for them. And what is for people in the room, sir?
I don't think they need any special.
They don't need anything. Yeah, of course, everybody is an entrepreneur. We are celebrating entrepreneurs today, and I'm sure everybody has some message for everybody. But thank you so much. Such lovely panel, and you know, wish you all the best. We all hope to see 1 lakh crore coming from the house of brands.